goal here is not to prevent another January 6th. The goal here is to prevent another election. The goal here is to make it more difficult to run a free, fair, and honest election. And it doesn't require you to sympathize with the cause of the January 6th rioters to say this. All you have to have are eyes. All you have to have are ears. These Democrats are not hiding the ball here. They're making very clear that they seek to exploit January 6th in order to press forward their agenda. As always, agenda uber alles. We'll get some more on this in just 1 second first. Even though you are far from ordinary the truth, that erectile dysfunction is pretty common. In fact, 52% of guys aged 40 to 70 experience some form of ED over the course of that time. Go to GetRoman.com/Ben right now. Speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about ED. Get $15 off your first month of treatment. A lot of folks who have ED tend to ignore it. They tend to think, okay, it'll go away. Well, why would you suffer from ED when you can just get it solved quickly and discreetly and inexpensively with Roman? With Roman, you get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. The medication e-program keeps you free with 2 days shipping. The whole process is straightforward and convenient.
Holding for deployment. Take this time to ready up.
To have confidence hold this season. Roman ready. Head on over to GetRoman.com/Ben today. Subscribe to $15 for your first month of ED. Okay, so
enemy soldier nearby. Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
The fact is, the Democrats are going to get stoned in the midterms.
Gas is approaching your position. Get to the safe zone. Heads up, lads. Cash drop inbound. Secure the cargo. Supply box located. Move to secure.
Can you grab that? Scavenger contract. Finders keepers.
Kill all targets. Go. Got gas moving in.
I won't forget this.
Blue senators from red or purple states. Arizona is a purple state, and West Virginia is a bright red state. The filibuster protects no national person senators. They can vote in favor of Democratic proposals. on the actual floor. And then they can not have that have any consequence because the filibuster kills it. And they never suddenly they're held accountable by their own Democratic Party base and or Republican voters don't like how they vote. So there's no interest in Joe Manchin or Kirsten Sinema in killing the filibuster. The Democrats have tried to be selective to kill the filibuster. They're trying to encourage Manchin and Sinema to kill the filibuster only on bills where Manchin and Sinema doesn't make a lot of sense for them to do that because once they've opened the door, then it becomes why don't they do that?
Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom. Win here and you return to the battlefield. Lose and your fight is over. You're going back to the front line. Great work.
Scavenger contract. Finders keepers?
UAV active. Located a supply box. Secure that position. Enemy UAV active.
Meanwhile, voter fraud is vanishing over as well. The most thorough data is maintained by one of the strongest conservative defenders of election integrity. Suggests a rate of fraud so low it could not meaningfully affect the outcome. So what exactly could be done? Well, theoretically, they should turn to narrowly tailored legislation, says Baldwin, focused on post-election administration. Such a bill could, for example, limit the ability of states to remove local elections could mandate mechanisms for post-election audit while requiring a clear standard for rendering election results final.
Enemy UAV active.
Modernize and simplify the EPA. Some of those things were included in the freedom of Democratic, Joe Manchin, Toy. But that bill also includes a bunch of other stuff, like campaign finance, redistricting, and making it unacceptable. They could narrow it.
Objectives found. Move to the next location. You got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Democrats are interested in completely revising the way we do voting in this country.
Got a loadout drop inbound. And why not change all rules? If you change all rules, then you won't lose it.
Democracy itself on the ballot because of 147 Enemy UAV active. Was not stolen. Donald Trump got crushed.
Contract updated. New objective identified.
Instead of adhering to democracy.
What if we completely revise the rules of how we don't do that? In order for us to get the election by still we have to burn the Republic. This is democratic government. In order to save democracy,
All supply box is found. You crushed it. Enemy UAV active.
I'm waiting on recon.
UAV beginning flyover.
Gas is inbound.
Heard what the founding fathers called
Scavenger contract. Finders keepers?
into the rubber stamp of dictatorship. We will not let them
Enemy team is tracking your position.
get their way on every dud. The change rules in these streets.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
They want to make this country into a banana republic. Don't get the way, here's the rules. Are we gonna let them?
I'll drive. Don't worry. Found us a spot.
Enemy UAV active. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Fire sale is active. Fire station costs are adjusted. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active.
Marking a run.
You outmaneuvered the enemy trackers. Clever sneaks. Gas is right on your tail.
Court all tipped in its favor. That system has handed conservatives a 6-3 majority on the Supreme Court, despite the fact only one Republican has won the presidential popular vote after 1988. A party doesn't have to persuade majorities it has the best vision for the country. It only has to persuade a selected minority that the other side is a moral threat. Its grasp on power may be too tenuous for the party to govern right, but it has offered conservatives a fine choice. The weak, economic, and environmental regulation of what judges the largest attack on the Democrats. The more the Republican Party's extreme elements would have been sent packing long before they stormed the Capitol. They couldn't muster enough votes to win an
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
as a path to political success. An anti-democratic system has bred an anti-democratic party.
Gas truck is inbound. Intercept and seize the cargo.
Authoritarianism, what encounters called mob rule, will certainly make things much better. Because when the mob rules, nothing bad ever happens.
Enemy team is tracking your position. Enemy dropping into the AO. Gas is inbound. Enemy UAV active.
25 per gallon on your first fill up. All those marks beyond the 3 gallon per fill.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Enemy UAV active.
Joe Biden is trying to capture ways.
Enemy UAV active. There's a jailbreak at a gulag. Combatants are on the way.
I'll drive. Don't worry.
Gas is inbound. Enemy hunters lost your trail. You're safe. Watch out above. 25 remained. You could have lasted longer.
January last. Unemployment is down to 4.2%, 3 years ahead of prediction. New small business applications are up over 30% compared with before the pandemic, and the fastest growth in America in nearly 40 years.
So here is the thing. Nobody actually believes that the economy is growing the way that it should be growing right now. No one actually believed that, which is why that old dullard's approval ratings are down in like the low 40s. That is why. While he sits in a fake Oval Office with a bunch of projected snow behind him. Very exciting stuff from the President of the United States. By the way, he does have excuses for why all the failures. The answer is it's everybody else's fault. I will say I'm highly amused By the new Democratic plan, the companies have only now discovered the possibility of economic self-interest. So the entirety of free market economics is based on the idea that human beings are self-interested. In fact, that is the basis of much of classical liberal thought generally. Whether you're a conservative or a classical liberal, the basis of a lot of political thought over the course of the last several centuries has been the idea that human beings are motivated by self-interest. But apparently, all these companies only discovered self-interest the moment that inflation began to rise. So it's not that inflation is rising across the economy because this guy poured money on a raging fire of inflation already. It's not because of that. It's because meat companies suddenly got greedy. Honestly, if you believe this, you deserve a person like Joe Biden as your president. If you believe this, you should have a president whose neurons stopped firing a couple of decades ago. Here is Joe Biden trying to explain why it is that meat prices are rising. His answer is that suddenly the beef companies got greedy, as opposed to, his bad economic policy.
4 big corporations control more than half the markets in beef, pork, and poultry. These middlemen that they buy from, farmers and ranchers, and sell the processors, sell the processed product to grocery stores. That's the way it works. Without meaningful competition, farmers and ranchers don't get to choose who they sell to. To put another way, our farmers and ranchers have to pay whatever these 4 big companies say they have to pay. That's only happening. These companies can use their position as middlemen to overcharge grocery stores and ultimately families.
Okay, so it's amazing. So every time there is a shortage, it is not the government that is to blame. It is the meat companies, right? The meat companies. So until now, the meat companies were totally altruistic, and they were fine, and they were never greedy or self-interested. And suddenly, as inflation began to rise, it was all the meat companies. He uses exactly the same language that Bernie Sanders uses about the banks. Everybody just gets greedy randomly as soon as Democrats need an excuse for why their policies are failing. It's the evil, evil meat companies, of course. It's the evil meat company. It's not your centralized government top-down approach to how distribution ought to be done and how taxation and redistribution ought to be pursued. It's pretty incredible stuff. It's no wonder that America is currently suffering from all sorts of economic uncertainty, despite the fact that we should be booming at this point in unprecedented fashion. Meanwhile, major companies around the United States are implementing Joe Biden's COVID-19 vaccine. And those companies are likely to actually fire all your workers who won't get the vaccine.
Practice while you can. You'll be entering the field in a bit.
And the reality is the hospitals are not inundated with cases. Hospitalized cases of COVID the same way they were during the Delta variant.
Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
Because, as has been widely reported, many hospitals
Battle Royale. Rush to the safe zone. You got gas closing in fast. Cash drop on the way. It's payday season.
Got a bounty contract here.
Execute all targets in the AO.
And here's the thing. That
on your tail.
Although Omicron generally is itself. However, if it is an idea of mass mandate, we have to create a safe workplace for your job. Just the idea is right. Well, that is great. Guess what? Friends are dying from COVID, being hospitalized, and being vaccinated. But there's no vaccine mandate. So, for example, if we, let's say that there were a bat that prevented you from dying from the flu, did not prevent transmission, OSHA would have really no business cramming down. Yeah, now, it's about creating a quote-unquote safe workplace. So if you're still passing it, you're vaccinated. That sort of defeats the purpose of the vaccine mandate, does it not? At least when it comes to transmission, which is what OSHA is involved in. Ontario is now in full lockdown. Restrictions include delaying in-person ordering to schools, shutting down indoor dining, reducing capacity to 3%. And by the way, I'm just wondering at this point, exactly where is the evidence that we're seeing a massive increase in COVID deaths? New York State on average, is experiencing a 7-day rolling average of 91 deaths per day from COVID. That is up very, very slightly from a month ago. Okay, the same thing is true in pretty much every city. If you look at Washington, D.C., COVID death rate, and if they're running down in Washington, D.C., one. That is the 7-day rolling average of death. You know what it was like several months ago? One. Okay, despite ordinary. So they're continuing to lockdown policy in Washington, D.C. And Joe Biden is promoting all that, and everyone was supposed to wonder why exactly the economy is stalling out. By the way, meanwhile, Joe Biden is involving himself in seizing all of the monoclonal antibodies. He's federalizing all monoclonal antibody distribution, and he can pass pretty bad policy, but not still a shock. It's also true, by the way, that now Omicron is spreading throughout Congress, heavily vaccinated.
Need some recon out here.
UAV beginning flyover.
By the way, that a lot of people are going to hospital, and then they're being diagnosed with COVID while they're in the hospital already. The basic idea that hospitalizations...
UAV is out of fuel. For resupply. Beyond that, the FDA now authorizes... There's no evidence.
Strap in. I'm pilot.
You win this fight and you return to the front line, but if you lose, you're done. Fight your way out of this or capture the objective. Stand by for redeployment. Get to the new safe zone. Gas is closing in. Loadout drop headed your way. Enemy UAV active.
But the Union will take a position on that because he has great. Okay, let's be real. The great heroes of our society, it is not up to you. Great heroes of our society. They spent the last year being from home, telling people to print out stuff on their knives. Teaching on Zoom.
Gas is inbound.
Teachers still got paid. Teachers still got, so they're happy to continue this. Well, we talked to Michael Osterholm, who was an advisor for 5 years straight. He's saying schools should shut down.
Right now, we're seeing school districts all across the United States that are seeing hundreds and hundreds of teachers out sick, bus drivers, support staff. How can you have a school run when you have this viral blizzard shutting down many of those educational systems? So we're going to have to be flexible for the next 3 to 5 weeks as we work through this Omicron crisis and to realize that we may be able to open if we want to, but you can't do it when you don't have people.
I won't sweat this.
You don't want to. You know why you don't have to. That's what
Get back out there.
Get to the new safe zone. Gas is closing in. Fire sales active. Buy station costs are adjusted. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active.
I'm so excited about it. So, we have New Year's resolution. One of them, you're going to read more of this, right? Well, I'm going to help you because I want to read it with you. We have a brand new book club every month. I'm going to go through the classics. I'm going to be talking to you once a month. I'm going to recommend a book that has cultural significance. Not just kind of the fancy, new books.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Actual classic literature is a great book. Adults, high school students, college students, become the best version of yourself by reading the books that should be on your list. Maybe stuff that you never read. Read it along with one book and the outcomes of book today. On the third Thursday of each month, I will join you where members are on in-depth lecture and discussion of the book. Don't let this year go by without investing in the third Thursday bookclub.com. That's THIRD Thursday bookclub.com. Some of the materials you'll need to participate in members only.
Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal. Enemy UAV active.
That looks like it hurt. Someone grab that.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone highlighted. Contract accepted. Located a supply box. Secure that position.
So I was not even anti-mask until the vaccines were available. That happens to the following day. According to that, we can anti-vax person who takes COVID seriously.
I'm driving. Hold on to your bike.
You're losing ground. Move it. Contract complete. Operational drive.
I'm driving. Hold on to your bike. Need some recon out here.
UAV beginning flyover.
Location marked for you.
Shows data and shows alarmist and then under moral superiority. Now, the reason that I said
UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
who's May 2020 is because not all of it applied in May 2020, right?
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Jailbreak. All prisoners are being released from the gulag. Lucky bastards. You've got gas moving in. Jailbreak is active. Watch out above.
Okay, so in other words, I'm bad because even though I recommended vaccination, I've said that everyone who's an adult in my family has been back multiple times. My wife's been boosted, my parents have been boosted. I've been bad.
Enemy soldier nearby.
He says, our original alarm was not unwarranted.
Time to cover your tracks. There's an enemy team hunting for you.
Okay, so he says he's pro data. No, you're not. You're not. Show me. Show me the necessity for vaccination requirements for domestic aircraft. One iota of data that this is necessary or that it will be effective. Show me that it will be effective in preventing spread of transmission. Show me. Show me also why you get to decide for somebody else whether they need to get vaccinated when this thing is still widely transmissible and you are not preventing the transmission by getting. After Joe Biden,
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Friendly loadout drop on the way.
This makes Ron DeSantis super bad. Here's Ron DeSantis yesterday pointing out, yeah, I was going for my wife's cancer treatment. Joe Biden was on a beach. Why wasn't anybody asking what he was doing?
Good kill.
25 remain. You could have lasted longer.
With you is not a vacation for you. I know that. And it's not a vacation. I mean, this is something that as a husband, I think that I should be doing. I've accompanied her to all her chemotherapy treatments, and she's there for a long time. I mean, you know, I'm there most of the time, but it's a draining thing. When she's done with it, you know, it's not something that's great to see. And so I just think a lot of people, particularly people that have gone through breast cancer treatments, the notion of I think is offensive to a lot of those folks.
Okay, so the media decided to target Ron DeSantis because they didn't want to target Joe Biden, of course. And then Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, my home state, the best governor in America, says, you know, I've noticed that a lot of you and your lockdown friends are coming down to Florida to vacation because you're a bunch of people. Here he is talking about that.
Well, I mean, look, I think if I had $1 for every lockdown politician who decided to escape to Florida over the last 2 years, I'd be a pretty doggone wealthy man, let me tell you. I mean, Congress people, mayors, governors, I mean, you name it. And it's interesting, though, the reception that, you know, that some of these folks will get in Florida, because I think a lot of Floridians, wait a minute, you're bashing us because we're not doing your draconian policies, and yet we're the first place you want to flee to, basically to be able to enjoy life. And so I'm not surprised to see that continue to happen.
By the way, Ron DeSantis, again, the chief of the non-panic coalition. Why don't we deal with this with treatment that saves lives and is useful? That guy who's been pilloried by the media, while Andrew Cuomo was upheld by the media, he was killing all the old but not grabbing ass in New York. And Ron DeSantis, again, he points out that it's Joe Biden who's now attempting to centralize all the monoclonal antibodies. It was Ron DeSantis who was talking up monoclonals months ago when the entire mainstream media was saying that he was a fool for doing so.
We have the ability, and we will immediately turn on additional sites as soon as the federal government gives us a supply. We will do an additional site here in Broward County. We'll do an additional site in Miami-Dade. We'll do an additional site in Palm Beach County. We'll do an additional site in Central Florida. And we also have the capacity to increase the existing footprint, which we do have a good existing footprint. And we have the ability to add 5 to 10 more sites as the demand may be, but that is all contingent on the federal government sending the doses that we need.
Okay, well, the federal government, Joe Biden probably won't allow that, because if Joe Biden were to allow people to have the monoclonals, then they might actually get treated, and then we couldn't have a crisis anymore. Okay, so I want to make one final cultural note that I'd be remiss if I didn't point out. Okay, this story is just, it is so
rebuilding for deployment. Now's a good time to warm up. Enough practice. Time for the real thing. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone.
Rally point has been set.
Enemy located! Enemy located!
Clear to engage all targets. Your teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment.
Better now.
Gas is moving.
Moving here.
Teammate redeploying to the AO.
We're safe for now.
Sight is on target.
Gulag. Survive and you can redeploy. Pay attention, you'll be out there soon.
One your left
Get ready to fight, you're next.
in the house.
Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Time to earn your freedom, soldier. Going back to the front line. Burned it. Located a supply box. Secure that position. An enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert. Contract's done. Your payout limit has increased.
Here, locate. I found a vehicle.
Contract confirmed. Get the job done. Located a supply box. Secure that position. Friendly UAV overhead. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone. Contract failed. Let's sharpen up. Friendly loadout drop on the way. Friendly loadout drop on the way. Friendly UAV overhead.
Hard pilot. Indicating waypoint.
You evaded the enemy trackers. Good work. Gas is inbound.
Moving position. Moving position.
Going there. station located. I can fly it.
I'm marking the aid station.
Aid station located.
I'm marking the aid station.
Station here.
I'll pilot.
Nothing here.
Contractors first, get the job done.
Confirming location.
Hitching a high.
I'll take us up.
I'll ride along.
Disregard. Aid station, aid station.
Marking target location.
There's a team there that just got their load up.
The enemy took that one, but we'll be back to finish the job.